It already happened today. Maybe it was small. Maybe you said someone's name wrong after knowing them for months. Maybe you laughed at something before you understood the joke, and then had to pretend you understood it all along. Maybe you waved back at someone who wasn't waving at you, and had to turn the wave into a hair adjustment, a stretch, anything that wasn't what it obviously was. And before you could even decide how to respond, before your brain had finished processing what happened, your face gave you away. The heat, rising from your chest to your jaw to your cheeks, entirely without your permission, in front of whoever was watching. The specific, mortifying sensation of your own body broadcasting your internal state to the people around you. You blushed. Here's what nobody ever told you about that moment. It wasn't a malfunction. It wasn't weakness. It wasn't your body betraying you at the worst possible time. It was a signal, the most honest signal a human being can send. And the fact that you couldn't stop it, that it arrived before you could make a decision about whether to show it, is not a bug in the system. That is the entire point. Now hold that thought, because before we get to what blushing actually is, we need to establish something that should genuinely disturb you. No other animal on Earth gets embarrassed. Not chimpanzees, who share 98.7% of our DNA, who have complex social hierarchies, who demonstrate clear emotional responses to social situations. Not elephants, who grieve, who remember, who recognize themselves in mirrors. Not dolphins, who have social bonds that last decades and something that looks by every observable measure like self-awareness. Not one of them blushes. Not one of them freezes in the specific, full-body paralysis of a moment gone wrong. Not one of them experiences that particular combination of heat, shrinking, and the overwhelming desire to not exist for approximately 30 seconds. Only us. One species, out of 8 million on this planet. The only one that turns red when it violates a social rule. And here is the question that should be keeping you up at night. Why? Why would evolution build a response that makes you more visible in the exact moment you most want to disappear, that announces your mistake to everyone watching? That cannot be hidden, cannot be suppressed, cannot be faked or prevented or switched off by any act of will? If embarrassment were simply a side effect, something that happened accidentally, with no biological purpose, evolution would have eliminated it. Expensive responses that serve no function don't survive 300,000 years. This one did, which means it is doing something. Something so important that the cost, the humiliation, the visibility, the involuntary public confession is worth paying every single time. Here's what it's actually doing. In 2011, psychologist Dr. Keltner at UC Berkeley published what became one of the most cited studies in the science of emotion. He and his team showed participants videos of people making social mistakes, saying something wrong, mispronouncing a word, spilling something, accidentally interrupting someone. In some videos, the person responded with visible embarrassment, the averted gaze, the brief smile, the physical shrinking. In others, the same mistake was made, but the person showed no embarrassment, no response, just continued as if nothing had happened. Then Keltner measured how observers rated each person. The results were striking. People who showed visible embarrassment after their mistake were rated as significantly more trustworthy, more likable, and more pro-social than those who showed no embarrassment. Not despite the mistake, because of what they did after it. Showing embarrassment, the researchers concluded, is a form of appeasement signal. It tells everyone watching, I know I violated the norm. I care that I violated it. I am not a threat to the group. And here is the part that makes this biologically extraordinary. You cannot fake it convincingly. Blushing is controlled by the sympathetic nervous system, the same system that governs fight or flight. It is involuntary, automatic, and completely beyond conscious control. No actor can produce a genuine blush on cue. No one can blush strategically, at will, in the precise shade and timing that the real response produces. Which means when you blush, you are sending the one signal in all of human communication that cannot be manufactured. The one signal that observers can trust absolutely because it requires an actual internal state to produce it. You are not performing contrition, you are experiencing it, and your face is proving it, in real time, to everyone in the room. Kid. But here is the twist, and it changes everything. Embarrassment is not just a signal of remorse, it is a social repair mechanism, one of the most efficient in the human behavioral repertoire. Your ancestors lived in groups of 30 to 150 people. In those groups, trust was the currency of survival. Every interaction either built trust or eroded it. And when a norm was violated, when someone did something that threatened the group's cohesion, its hierarchy, its sense of shared rules, the question wasn't just what happened, it was whether this person understood what they did. Whether they could be trusted to operate within the group's expectations going forward. Verbal apologies can be performed, explanations can be constructed, justifications can be fabricated after the fact. A blush cannot. The automatic, uncontrollable physiological response to social violation is the body's way of providing evidence, in real time, without language, without the possibility of deception, that the social norm has been registered, that the person knows, that they care. In a species that evolved in small, interdependent groups where the cost of misplaced trust could be catastrophic, having a signal that bypassed the capacity for deception was extraordinarily valuable. You blush because your ancestors needed a way to prove, instantly and irrefutably, that they understood the rules. And the ones who could do it, whose social repair was visible and immediate, were the ones who stayed in the group, who were forgiven, who survived long enough to pass on the capacity for embarrassment to you. Beres rivalmo borpo, beres window, berprube, to waste in nourishment. Von renamom prubid. They follow a pattern so consistent across cultures, across languages, continents, centuries, that anthropologists have cataloged it. Being seen doing something that reveals a discrepancy between how you want to be perceived and how you actually appeared. A physical mistake that violated your own standard. An accidental self-exposure. A misread of a social situation that made the error visible to others. In every case, the common element is not the act itself, it's the audience. You can do something embarrassing alone, in a room with no one watching, and feel nothing. You can replay the same event in front of even one witness and feel everything. This is not irrational, this is precisely calibrated. Embarrassment is a social signal. It only exists when there is a social situation to repair. The audience isn't incidental to the experience, it is the entire point. Because the signal is not for you, it is for them. Your body is telling the people watching, I see what I did, I understand what it meant. I am still the person you thought I was. That is not weakness, that is one of the most sophisticated acts of communication in the animal kingdom, performed automatically, honestly, and completely beyond your control, in the service of the most important thing your ancestors needed to maintain, the trust of the group. So the next time it happens, the next time the heat rises before you can stop it, before you've even fully registered what went wrong, and you feel the specific mortification of your own face giving you away in front of people you were trying to impress, remember this. Your body is not betraying you, it is protecting you. It is sending the signal that your ancestors needed to survive the social consequences of being human. The signal that says, without words, without performance, without the possibility of being disbelieved, I know, I care. I'm still the same person I was before this happened. The blush is not the evidence of your failure, it is the evidence of your humanity. No other animal on Earth can send that signal. Not the ones who share almost all your DNA. Not the ones who have social lives as complex as yours. Not the ones who demonstrate, in every other observable way, something that looks like feeling. Only you. 300,000 years of social survival, compressed into 30 seconds of heat in your face. You didn't lose control of your body. Your body was doing exactly what evolution built it to do. That's what this channel is. Every week, one thing about being human that feels like a flaw, revealed as the thing evolution spent hundreds of thousands of years getting exactly right.